Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is all about your sex appeal. So what makes you sexy and alluring to other people. I got the idea for this video because of a comment that was made to me, so I was just like, yeah, that's really interesting. I just want to give a quick disclaimer. Even if I don't physically describe that many attributes about you, but I'm sure there will be many that come up, but sometimes I tend to forget. I think personally sex appeal is something way more than just the physical. Yeah, so we shall see. I'm not going to be using these particular decks. I may use them, but I may not, so don't get hung up on the deck. It's just more for thumbnail purposes. So with that being said, we're going to get started. So pile number one is the, you know, I had to bring out this when we're talking about sex appeal. Hello, this color, Okabana Boy Orly nail polish. It is so gorgeous, especially with a chrome over the top. Sometimes you don't even need the chrome, yeah, it's just, oh, love it. Just a classic polish. This is an OPI classic polish as well. It's called El Matte Adoring You. It's a nice sorry, I should have probably brought this one a little bit closer. It's a nice nude, this one. It's quite a good nude for majority of skin tones. And this is a gel polish, the Frill of Brazil. Now I'm seeing that the lid is a bit messy, the Frill of Brazil, so like a classic red there. And then the last one is a varnish again, but it is a classic OPI varnish bubble bath. So you may have heard of this or you may not have, so it's more of a natural looking nude. So pick your pile. I might open the lids if you want me to at the start of the video. But yes, pick your pile and let's go. I'm going to start with number one, Okabana Boy Orly. I'm going to just pop these over here in this line so I can remember the order. Sometimes people be forgetting the order and it makes me smile because I know I'm not the only one who does that. Okay, so for pile number one, let's open it up. Gosh, I feel like I need to add something to this now because it's getting a bit dried out or whatever. Oh, I want to put it on right now. I want to do it. This is the colour. This is the pile that you chose. So it's kind of iridescent pink. So just based off that, people may really notice you. You really may have a big energy. So you could be a Sagittarius, a Leo, a Aries. I wanted to say Aquarius as well. But you could be any sign, water sign, earth sign. There's just something about you that's quite striking, and I feel like people have to look a bit deeper because once they've got you figured out, they think, yeah, I've got this person figured out, but then they're like, whoa, there's this different side to them that I didn't fully know or even get the chance to experience. So I feel people want to experience the many layers to you. Like you're like a multicolored, what is it? Technicolored. Yeah, you're like that. There was another, that was the message. Very feminine. If you are a male, you may attract women that are very feminine if you're into women. If you identify as more of a feminine energy, then that makes sense because even if you are male, or however you identify. But I feel like you're very feminine, very beautiful. I feel you have a very beautiful face and a really gorgeous body is what I want to say. Very gorgeous body. I think you look really good in nature. You may not realize that or not. And I feel like wherever you kind of go, you sort of look like you belong there, but you still stand out. Does that make sense? Like you're always a standout, always like a knockout, but you can kind of integrate yourself into many different societies. People will always want to know about you. It's not like, oh, what's that person doing here? They don't belong here sort of thing. It's like, oh, who's that over there? What are they doing here? It's that kind of energy. You guys may speak really well. You may have a very nice speaking voice or you have a beautiful mind. I'm getting strong Aquarius energy, guys. You guys could be very intelligent, very caring, very nurturing. Oh, the Empress and the Emperor. So you may have a very good blend of masculine and feminine energies, and this is maybe what people don't understand about you. So whether you're male who is actually interested in females and you may attract a lot of feminine, really, really feminine women, you may not present, without being disrespectful, to other males as the most alpha male, and they may not be able to understand, okay, why does this person always attract the most gorgeous women, or the kind of women that they want? That's really the message that I'm getting. But it's because you have this strong masculine energy that is pulling these women in, but you also have a beautiful feminine energy as well that, you know, helps them to feel safe and like helps you to connect with them. So yeah, that's really, really interesting. So yeah, if you're female or you identify in that way, I feel like, you know, you are very soft, very nurturing, but very, very strong, undeniably strong. You really know how to take the lead when the time is right. And I feel like sometimes people, I'm hearing snake, like sometimes people may say that you're a snake or something like that. It's like you lay in waiting. So you may not present yourself as, you know, as an alpha female or as an alpha male, but you definitely are. So people are shocked when you take control or when you know, do what needs to be done. And not that you do things very callously, but you can be very, no, you're not callous at all. You can be very business-like when it comes to certain things, especially about setting boundaries, and it shocks people. So they'll be like, yeah, they were being fake. No, you wasn't being fake. You was just presenting with one energy. But as soon as you need to, you know, channel this other energy, you definitely do. I feel like for you, pile number one, divine partnership is definitely in your life plan, in your life path. It's part of your story, whether you realize that now or not, whether you feel you've met your divine, you know, counterpart. There is one out there for you. Okay, so you guys could have Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, Venus in the 8th house, Mars in the 8th house. I have Mars in the 8th house in whole signs. And I definitely think that when you have a Mars in a placement like that, or yeah, even if you had like Mars in Scorpio, I think people, astrologers don't actually give enough credit to wherever your Mars is, because remember, your first house is your first house, your chart ruler, mine's a Libra, so my chart ruler would be Venus. But at the same time, always look, no matter who you are, what your chart ruler is. If you want to find more information about your first house, yes, look at your chart ruler, blah, blah, blah. But look at your Mars, because your Mars, the energy for your first house is coming from your Mars. That is the energetic body that gives that whole area of life, or that whole house energy. So when you have Mars in the 8th house, it can almost act a little bit like, or Mars in Scorpio, it can almost give you a little bit of a Scorpio rising effect. So people can instantly love you or hate you. People can get very obsessed with you. There's a raw sex appeal here. And it's very natural. It's not anything that you're doing or anything that you put on. And I feel like, again, I've spoken a lot about the energetic principles doing this reading, but I feel like a lot of it is energetic for you guys. I feel like regardless of who you are, whatever, just with the cards I pulled, you are a very good looking person. I can just say that. I know that. Male, female, you're very attractive, okay? You have a nice face, you have a gorgeous body. I didn't even hear you have a nice body. I heard you have a gorgeous body, okay? You have a very pretty face. I also heard something about, you know, beauty is actually measured by sameness. So when somebody perfectly embodies all the faces around them, they are considered like the most beautiful. Because they regulate the attractiveness. I don't know how to, if that's how it was said, but yeah, something like they regulate the attractiveness and present that perfectly. I hope that makes sense. And I feel like that's what you guys do facially, but then the body may be a little bit more intense, or even a little bit more outrageous in, it's not sameness. You may have features in your body that kind of, you know, stand out or people notice. And this is a Libra as well, so you may have spent time balancing your looks. Aries, you could really be into physical fitness. Taurus is usually quite a voluptuous manifestation. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be for a Taurus. But yeah. So some of you could definitely have Scorpio rising, Mars in the 8th house of Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, or in the 8th house. And it's this deep intense and intentional sexual nature about you that pulls people in, regardless of how you present. Like, you could be a mum at a bloody football game bringing out snacks and whatever, and say you're into guys, the dads around you will be looking at you like, whew, you ain't doing nothing, you're not doing nothing, you're just minding your business. But people know that energy is there, and I feel like people like to see the other side of you. Like I said, if you come with this feminine energy and then you suddenly bring out this masculine energy where you take charge, people really are excited by that, because they know what they're feeling from you, this like raw sexuality, this, you know, need to merge and really connect with another on a on not just a physical but on a, you know, spiritual, because the 8th house Scorpio is all about really merging and connecting with another. It's really there, it's not just in their mind. They're like, oh, this person has another side to them, I'd love to experience that. So yeah, people find you very, 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 very sexy. I feel like you seem very open and very aware, very welcoming, but it's almost like scary. It's like, if I go down this rabbit hole, will I be able to get out? You don't seem to hold grudges against people as well, which is a good trait. People seem to like that about you. 3rd house, so there's Gemini energy, Cancer energy. So you could be quite sensitive, but quite intellectual as well. I feel like you may have a lot of offers and a lot of suitors and a lot of people trying to be with you, and you will hold off. You'll just wait. You'll just be like, you may give them a little bit of a chance, but I don't see you giving anybody a real chance, because you know that there's a divine partner out there for you. Your intuition. Some people may be scared of you because you're very intuitive. That may be scary to people, especially people who don't have the best intentions and they just want to sleep with you, but they don't really know how to manifest it. You make people who have no confidence in themselves back away from you, because they know they're not up for the task. And the thing is as well, in the past you may have attracted people that have no confidence in themselves, but especially when you're presenting with that feminine energy, that have no confidence in themselves, come towards you to try and like dismantle you or make you feel less than, because it made them feel more powerful. But they quickly will start to back away, because they start to realize, whoa, they're getting in uncharted territory. They're going to get themselves into something that they will not be able to escape from, is what I'm hearing. It's more than what they can handle. So yeah, I feel like you literally have so many suitors and so many people at your feet, trying to get a chance with you, trying to have this opportunity with you. But it's like you're waiting for that one, that person. You are so intense, very like erotic, very like sexy energy, but it's not for everyone. You are not for everybody. But if somebody can get with you or you give them a chance, they feel seen, they feel special, because they see you as, you know, seen and special. So you may be somebody that a lot of people put on a pedestal. It's like you're untouchable. Very bright, very noticeable. And you may have a big laugh as well. Like, I don't know where I got that from, but yeah. I think a lot of people fantasize about having, you know, one night with you. But they feel paranoid. They feel like they wouldn't want to embarrass themselves. Like, yeah, it's this thing of they've got to meet you where they're at, and a lot of people are not where you're at. And I can't even be like, oh, you know, well, I feel like you have learnt this throughout your life, but it may have been something you was born with, not got stolen from you, but people convince you to dim yourself down or something, and then it's like you've realised again who you actually are. and you've come back with the same energy. So yeah, it's like some people just can't meet you where you're at, and that's okay. And I feel like you like it like that because it shows you who is your partner, who's your divine partner, and who's not your divine partner. I think you're a very loyal person as well, but you're not loyal to everyone and everything. That's what makes your loyalty so, so special. Yeah. King of Pentacles and King of Queens. Yeah, you have no interest in a fake partnership, in a partnership with people that have no loyalty, in a partnership with people that like to present a certain way, but are actually a completely different thing. Whereas, like I said, you present a certain way because you are that, but you are also something else. You are many things. Pisces energy, even for some of you guys. Libra energy is here again. I feel like people can get really, really hooked on you though, and they kind of know that. It's almost like this big alarm goes off in them when dealing with you or thinking about dealing with you. Because I think even if you're like watching this, you're like, oh, I don't really have that many offers. Like I have a few people, whatever, that are interested in me. You'd be so shocked how many people are actually like super into you, interested in you, thought about how can I make this happen. But a lot of people shoot themselves down. They know kind of not to even try. Something about your eyes as well. You could have really, really sexy eyes, really wise eyes, mischievous eyes. You may have very expressive eyes. Your eyes give a lot of messages, and you know, people feel like they're really seen when they're with you. Your sex appeal is you don't accept fakery and frauds. People cannot be fake with you. You can see right through them. And every time you reinvent yourself with this peace card and the Mercury retrograde, you are a master at reinvention. You will come back time and time again, and every time you could be glowing up, going up. Every time you do, you just get hotter, you come back harder, you know, you really does this, yeah? But it's always genuine. You're not with the fakery, you're not with the fraud. And people may feel like you know a lot about life, or even like you're doing something magical or amazing by having all these glow ups, you know. They're like, what is car number one doing? That body. You look well, okay? You look strong, you look stable. But yeah, I feel like whereas some people decline with age, you don't. You get better. The more you age, the more physically attractive you get to a lot of people. And it's interesting because even though I'm not going to say you don't care about your looks, because I feel you do, I feel like that really isn't the biggest, you know, for some people that really is the be all and end all. That really isn't that for you. And I feel like even how, you know, this divine partnership, you may have even stopped looking. You may be at a point where it's like, well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in this life or another. You know, it's going to come when it's going to come. There's no point in me looking for it. Let me just enjoy it. Let me just focus on myself. And, you know, it's that kind of energy. It makes you so attractive, so magnetic. I'm hearing like you get everything you want. Some people, you could have haters. You definitely could have. I'm not even gonna lie. You probably definitely got haters, whether you're male or female, because I kind of picked that up in the beginning. But some people may feel like you get everything you want. They may feel like you're using your sex appeal wrong, or you're being manipulative. Or people may try and copy you and they're manipulative because it's not real with them. There's even a certain artist, I don't want to say her name, but similar to mine, very, 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 very similar. Because I don't want to, like, you know, rain on her parade or be disrespectful to her, because she's doing her thing. She's a young girl, she's beautiful, you know, do what you got to do, babe. But she gets called out a lot for being quite cringy and trying to be like very sexy and being very cringy and copying another artist who's been around for a long time. And I always look at her and think, baby girl, just let yourself grow. It's because when she's doing all that, trying to do all that sexy stuff, it's not real. She doesn't have that confidence of a woman. Yeah, I'm not saying that she's not a woman, but she's a young woman. She doesn't have that sex appeal cultivated in herself. She doesn't have enough knowledge of that. She doesn't have enough, you know. So when she does it, it comes across very cringy because she's literally imitating what she's seen, not acting on what she knows. It's not genuine. And I feel like as well, I keep saying you're not fake or whatever. I feel like that's a very important fact, and that clicked for me the other day, that when you're in a sexy energy or when you have this raw sex appeal, so many people are so attracted to it because it's the real deal. It's it's nothing fake about it. When you are sending somebody sexual energy, they will get the message because it's really real. That's really how you feel. This is really what you want. So I feel like there could be people who try and copy you, but it's cringy, you know. And or even they try and do it and it's cringy, and then they try and like talk badly about you. And I'm not saying like, there's a thing, I don't feel like you're walking around trying to be like, oh, I'm so sexy. No, it's just natural. Like, you just may naturally sound sexy. You may naturally look sexy. You may have a body shape that when you wear things that somebody else wears, you look very sexy just because of how your body's shaped, you know. Like, it's something like that. But I feel like people may talk down on you like, oh, you're trying or whatever. But they know that's a lie, because when they've tried to do the same, they haven't had the same effect, because it's genuine, it's real with you. You're a very deep soul. I feel like, yeah, people may say that about you. I feel like, yeah, you have this like sexy little mischievous kind of energy, this little mischievous glint in your eye that people love. As well, for some of you, you may get a lot of people trying to do third parties or put you in third parties, but you're not interested in that. Your exes always want to come back round. Anyone that you break up with this death card, open arms, like, hey, hi, how are you? They're always ready. They will always hit you back. You're not going to come across an ex that's like, yeah, I don't want you. No. Even if they don't, like I said, even if they do not contact you, you may even think about somebody, like an ex may pop up in your mind, whatever, they're thinking about you. They want you back, but people know that they have to come on your level and they're just not there yet. So your sex appeal isn't just like, I think this is the message here, like sex appeal in general isn't just like, ooh, sexy, sexy, or in like a way that we've been shown by media, like porn and that kind of stuff. It's something so deep from your soul, the intention to want to really merge and share emotion and energy with another person, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a really, really beautiful, special, just amazing, alluring thing that you have here. So yeah, I feel like you guys may be in a relationship, or you may separate and then get into a relationship quickly with somebody. It could be a reconciliation, or it could just be that, like I said, your exes, they all kind of want you back. Your sex appeal is that there's always like somebody who, again, is pointing their arrow at you, somebody who's in love with you. You may have a strong Eros in your chart, or, you know, I don't know, like you may have a strong Eros. You may have Eros conjuncting the, no, would that be, what is an asteroid for making people fall in love? Or Psyche. You may have a strong Psyche in your chart, because it's almost like people find you so lovable, so deserving of love, and like just even how the water's rushing by, like you make people feel so many different emotions, things that they haven't felt in years. A lot of people may think that they're your true love, or hope that they're your true love, and that you'll keep an open mind, that you'll be accepting of them. But you're focused on yourself, and you're trusting the process. So you're not rushing it. You're not trying on all these different hats, or these different relationships and different people to see if it will fit and if this is my true love and blah, blah, blah. You're like, listen, I know I have a divine counterpart, and I know that when the time is right, God will send that person to me. You may doubt sometimes, like you don't want to miss out, but I think you've learnt from them situations where you have doubted in the past that, okay, there was really no reason to doubt anything there. And even if, you know, you doubted and you dated someone that wasn't for you, you learn from it. I just feel like you're very appreciative of connection with other people, and much like myself, you can't stand fakery. Like, I hate it when I'm connecting with somebody, whether it be romance or friendship, and I can't put my finger on, I don't know, it's just like they'll send a very weird energy, but what their energy is saying and what they're it's just weird. And I just feel like you guys have a very low tolerance from that. You need authenticity. See, a lot of people feel they can't handle you. Show me your wild side. You keep yourself to yourself, or you're very protective over your deep sexuality. Sometimes you may have booty calls, you know, or people, you may feel like people are trying to put you in a booty call. And again, the same message of you're not into people that are hiding their intentions. Yeah, get mixed signals. See, I can't cope with, not even I can't cope with it. Yeah, I can't cope with trying to figure you out, so it's best I just cut you off, because I don't know what that is, but it feels like something that certain people describe as, you know, not good for the soul, a confused soul. So yeah, I feel like you get a lot of people hiding the fact that they have such strong feelings for you, that they want you to consider them. They may get mixed signals off you because you may be so open and loving. People may really want you to submit to them, or they feel they have to submit to you and they have to be very romantic. No strings attached. Yeah, people know you're not, even though they would want a booty call and this and that, they know you ain't a booty call. They know that they need to come properly. You're not a run through. A run through. Must have you soon. I feel like as well, people don't mind waiting for you, and I feel like you don't mind waiting for the one. You may have, you know, not issues, but you're not desiring to show anybody your soul unless you feel they are really who you're meant to be with. Not even who you're meant to be, they feel like they're your divine counterpart. Natural, see, you're natural beauty, you're naturally very sexy, you have a raw sexual energy about you. PDA, sex with a celebrity, Eros and Neo, starstruck, heart connection, sex in public. So people could feel really connected to you on a heart level. People, like I said, could put you on a pedestal. You could be some kind of famous or celebrity or well known in your area. Or people may be like, yeah, I know celebrities would love to be with this person. Eros in Pisces, role play, foot fetish, submission, anything to please you, making love to music. So you may attract a lot of submissive partners, or people who want you to submit to them, and people who feel safe doing, you know, role play, playing out fantasies with you. They could have foot fetishes as well, and, you know, making love to music. I feel like you're in a lot of people's fantasies, and you probably don't realize you're probably very oblivious. Body worship. Again, I think people think you have a very, very gorgeous body. They want to worship you. And then at the other side, we've got body, do anything to get it, planning what they will do, every part of you, fantasy, thinking of you, want you right now, ready for whatever, can't stop staring, don't change a thing, want to touch you, out of body experience, the shape of you. So there's a few songs on there, ready for whatever, the shape of you, thinking of you. But yeah, I feel like people are very, very physically attracted to you. Even if they can't get your heart, they feel like, I'd love to just have your body. But I'm telling you, it's your heart and it's your energy that is actually really attracting all these people in as well. I feel like there could be people trying to speak poorly on you and saying like you're, you know, promiscuous or whatever. But at the same time, these people know they're chatting crap. At the same time, these people may have a body count way higher than yours. Or, you know, I think people who actually get to know you, like with this, it just looks like a bright pink, but when you really look at it, you see there's a slight iridescent kind of sheen in there. So when people really get to know you, they realize that all the things that they assumed about you were actually wrong. They don't know you at all. People may talk about you a lot. People may feel almost trapped in their obsession about you. More money, more fun. People may feel that you're really focused on work, but you're not having fun. You know, you're not open for fun. Beauty. Well, some people don't feel as attractive as you, or they're worried that, you know, they're not your usual type. Silver Linings Playbook. You think I'm crazier than you. Your next level up, glow up, will be focused on accepting your shadow side, integrating it into your personality so that it's no longer the ill, crazy, or not good enough part of you. The people who hide their shadow better are not better. The people who have imagined, or people who have integrated their shadow are not worse for it. Love yourself and others in entirety and take that ex or dream person off the pedestal. You're already perfect. So that's even a bit of a message for you guys. If you're like, yeah, well, when my divine counterpart comes, they're going to be amazing and perfect. They're definitely not going to be perfect. I'm sure they'll be amazing. But again, I feel like a lot of people do put you on a pedestal. I feel like for quite a few people, they may feel that you're kind of hard to reach. Because I do feel you need a strong mental presence to interact with you. It's more than just looks. And I feel as well that what may be attracting a lot of people to you is that you have integrated that shadow side of yourself, whereas a lot of people still try to hide theirs and deny that it even exists. And you're just like, yeah, hi, this is who I am, just showed up, bright pink, you know, I am who I am the way I am. Yeah, I can be fucked up sometimes, I can be great other times. And it's so freeing for people to experience your energy, but it's also very triggering as well. So let me just get some advice, and I feel like I just want to pull maybe 2 of these cards on your sex appeal. Okay, Temperance and 10 of Cups. You're worth waiting for. 8 of Pentacles at the bottom deck. You're worth waiting for, or whatever this is you're worth waiting for. Or whatever it is that you're waiting for, this divine partnership, whatever it is worth waiting for. You bring a lot of happiness and a lot of calm to people without realizing. There's even sunflowers here and the sun in the background, and this is Sagittarius energy. You could be a fire sign. The person that you're going to be with is a water sign, possibly for some of you. I don't feel like this person is there now, even though we had the reconciliation. I feel that that's distraction. Oh, be willing to forgive. And twin flame. Okay, so some of you may be connecting with somebody who you thought was your twin flame or is your twin flame, but I don't see twin flame the way you do. I see divine counterpart as the person that you really would want to be with. Twin flame is some bullshit. You're going up and down, hurting and this and that, and it's teaching you to heal. So be willing to forgive those negative experiences of relationships that you've had in the past. And give any worries to God. Notice the signs, because you are being led down your path, okay? So please don't overthink it. If you get nervous, focus on service. If you get nervous, focus on service again. You've got 2 cards. You have a gift to give to the world, and it's time for you to start really bringing that out. Listen to yourself, so you're a light worker, and I feel like that's how you're going to meet this person. And even like advice from me to you on what I do and what I've noticed. Like I said, when I get around people and I really feel that ingenuine energy, to me, I'm gonna be honest, it almost feels demonic, and I'm like, what the fuck are these people? Like, who am I dealing with right now? I need to like leave. I need to get away from these people. They're scary. But I think the key is to just, I've got a Virgo moon in 12th house, so you know, I think the key is to just not overthink it and just focus on what you can do there and then to make the world a better place, because that truly is your gift. And I feel like that's why so many people are drawn to you, not just because you're healing or you'll heal them. I think you're here to actually help heal the world, and they want to be like part of that story. They want to be part of, you know, something great, which I'm sure they are, and I'm sure everybody has their own story of greatness and their healing. But yeah, you could be very psychic, so just remember to ground yourself, you know. Stay psychic, but stay grounded. And no matter what you've gone through, you will, this is like a thing, you will find happiness. The sunflowers here, they always find the light. They always turn their face to the light. So by focusing on what you can do to improve the world, or focusing on the good attributes about yourself and about others, I feel like that will reconnect you with, you know, the divine, ground yourself, and just allow you to experience true bliss in any moment. So that's your reading, pile number 1. That one got a little bit long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. So yes, you are very, very sexy. Very sexy. Okay, so we're going to move on to pile number 2. El Mat adoring you. El Mat adoring you. Okay. So I'm going to start off with these cards actually. So for partner 3, the sex appeal is like, here in Maya, my love is like, whoa. Okay, so they see a little matte, a little, because you know what, when I pick this colour, to me it's like a very neutral colour. But then on some people, depending on their skin tone, you know, it may seem quite dark. On other people, it may seem quite pale. So it could become very striking on other people and may not be so striking on me. And I feel like, yeah, your energy, it may be very like normal for you. Like, okay, this is just who I am, how I am. But then other people are like, whoa, you're actually really striking. Your love is really beautiful and angelic. And like, people may feel privileged to experience you, but for you, it's just like, this is what I do. This is who I am. It's just normal. 8 of Swords. You seem oblivious. You actually make yourself oblivious to how, you know, sexy you are. I feel like as well for some of you guys, sorry, you may get really turned on. You may get really turned on by different people. I'm hearing like different cultures and, you know, from people from a wide range of backgrounds that may or may not be for you. But you may get really, you know, turned on sexually or turned on like mentally, like, whoa, this is really cool, I want to know more about it. And you've almost kind of tried to dim it down because people have seemed quite shocked. Yeah, people seem quite shocked by this. And I feel like sometimes you feel that people will sort of like beg, like you might have come across a lot of F-boys and F-girls. Like they may like beg you for a chance to be with you, but it's like you don't really have any real intention of really experiencing love and surrendering, you know, with me here. So with this 8 of Swords energy, I feel like you have a beautiful mind. I feel like you can be very witty and very clever, but you don't actually let people know how clever you actually are. You may hold back a lot, or you may hold back your emotions. Also, there could be a tendency to fall in love here with the wrong types. That may be what you may proclaim that for yourself, but that could be it. So you could be holding back a lot. But I feel like when you direct your energy at somebody, that's where it's like, my love is like, whoa, it's like, whoa, I didn't expect this on pile number 2. So yeah, you actually may like to take the lead with this Cancer, with this Chariot card. And it's represented by Cancer. Most people, you know, we say Cancer's quite sweet and submissive, and Cancer's love is beautiful. Cancer, when they are, you know, in their highest vibration, beautiful energy, such sweet, loving, caring people, but they can also be quite controlling. So I feel like you may have this side to you where you can be quite dominating, you know, you may really like to take the lead, and I feel like a lot of people love that. So that may be why people beg it with you, like, oh, please give me a chance, because they think that might turn you on or something. But I don't think that turns you on, because I feel like you only enjoy being in control and dominating when you feel like your love is truly appreciated and reciprocated. Otherwise, it's like, get out of here. Ooh, I don't want nothing to do with you, sort of thing. Yeah, so you could be Scorpio, Sagittarius, born on the Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp. Or you could have Scorpio, Sagittarius in the 8th house. Oh, Lord. You got Scorpio, Sagittarius in the 8th house? Or even in the 1st house, I'm going to be honest. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. If you are a man and this is your chart. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Right, ladies, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going into the gutter because I want to stay, you know, monetized. Yeah, it's not the gutter, it's bodies, and bodies are natural and beautiful. Okay, but you know, you got my message there. But yeah, so that's a lot of your energy. I feel like people really love when you get emotional with them. It feels like a real privilege just to have you give them emotion. I feel like you're like a caretaker as well. Like you can really kind of swoop in and save the day. And then maybe like a lot of people who feel that they need saving. This is like Captain Save-A-Ho kind of energy. Whether you're male or female, you know, you may attract partners that are kind of messed up. So it's like you're very caring. And now you're trying to turn yourself off from that. It's trying to act like I don't see or I don't hear anything. You are taking yourself away from your emotions when dealing with people. But the thing is, I feel like, see how the angel's got the foot in the water and the foot in the ground? You're still very emotional. You're just, it's leaking out, but you're really trying to contain it. But you still have a great need for physical connection, for physical intimacy, for, you know, connections with people around you. I feel like you may have a few exes, 3, 4, even 5 exes that beg it with you. Like there's somebody in particular that's like, please just give me another chance, I just want to be with you. But it's like when it's like your love is like a drug. People get so high off your love, they start acting dumb. They start doing things that is like, why would you say you love me, you say you want to be with me and all this stuff. And I know it's sex appeal, not necessarily love, but I feel like even with pile number 1, the sex appeal comes from a soulful place, a place of love. So yeah, I feel like people really do fall in love with you. But I feel like once you're done, you really are done. I feel like you're learning to be very patient with yourself and patient with others, because your love is like, whoa. And if you just, that's why you're holding it back. If you just trickle and throw all that sexual energy, all that love energy on somebody, they're going to get too high. They're going to do too much stupid shit. And then the relationship gets ruined. This may be what you're saying. It's not you. Don't say, oh, the relationship gets ruined because, you know, I shouldn't have given so much and blah, blah, blah. That's their lesson to learn. And that's your lesson to learn. You know, there's somebody out there for you. I also feel people may get addicted to you sexually. They really, really may get addicted to you sexually, but it's because it's not just sex. It's so much more than that with you. So much more. And even the name Elmat Adoring, people adore you. I feel like your exes are always scheming on how to get back into the kingdom, how to get back into your good graces. That's funny. You got it like that, pile number 2. Wow. Queen of Wands. Okay, you're very magnetic, very attractive. You know your worth. Queen of Wands is like the sexiest queen in the deck. You know your worth, but you're waiting. Wow, this is kind of similar to pile number 1. But it's a different, it feels different, if that makes sense. It does feel like a different energy. Like pile number 1 felt more, even though the star didn't come out, it felt more like the star wandering along their path, like a nymph kind of being tricked into, you know, various crazy relationships. Where it's like you seem seasoned, like you know what's what. No offense, I'm not saying that pile number 1 didn't know what's what, but you know what's what. And when you pick your partners, or you pick these, or you direct your energy towards somebody, you've studied them. You know that this person, you know, they seem to match up. But as soon as they get a taste of that energy, you could attract a lot of energy vampires as well. So that may be why you're very, you know, funny about who you have around you. I'm hearing not just even relationship, romantic or sexually. I feel like you are very picky sexually and with relationships, but even friends. But I feel like if you want something, not even you get it, you got it. You got it. Like, you're the boss. But there's something about you that may be shocking. People may actually find this quite shocking about you. It's like looking at you in a different light. You've always been that way. And it's not even like with pile number 1 where it's like you present one energy and then you step into another. No, you've always been that way. You've always been this. But it's like they weren't seeing you clearly. And then like, damn, pile number 2. Whew, pile number 2 has it all. Okay, so you are incredibly sexy. Like, I feel like you just exude sexual energy, magnetic, attractive energy. You may practice tantra or even like sex magic for some of you guys. I feel like as well there's this energy of you that likes to punish people. Okay, sorry. This wasn't meant to be about what you do sexually, but I don't even think it's what you do sexually. I feel like you do it energetically. Like, yep, I gave you my love, you're acting a fool, you're too high, bye. Like, you'll cut them off and then maybe give them little drips of your energy here and there, and then they're just like begging for you. But I kind of feel like you don't really have an intention to get back with the person. It's almost like you're proving a point to yourself, like you're strong enough to not fall for them, and almost like you're teaching them a lesson. You are very patient at the same time though, so maybe in other circumstances you are very patient, or you may present as a very patient person. And even like I'm teaching you a lesson, it's almost like, I know you're not going to be in my life anymore, but I'm teaching you a lesson in future. You will not make this same mistake. I you know, don't really feel that anyone could be like, oh, I'm teaching you a lesson, but that's kind of the energy that I get here. That's just how I see it. And even though I just made that mocking noise, I'm not mocking you. That's just how it feels for me when if I were to think about doing something like that. But yeah, you may actually feel like, even with that Chariot card, like Chariot is mum, you know, like mother's tough love. Like, mum teaches you lessons. So it's kind of that energy of, I'm teaching you a lesson. You're not gonna get this no more, but you're gonna learn. Okay, pile number 2. Wow, you guys are kind of scary. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, you've always been this way though. And it's that people get shocked. They get shocked when they feel your fantastic love or your fantastic sexual energy. They get shocked, they get addicted. But I feel like your sexual energy comes with a lot of love, and that may be why I keep saying that. And it's like they get it's not overwhelmed. It's like they get high. They get high off of you. And yeah. But then you'll also be very tough with them. You're very extreme is what I'm getting. Very extreme person. But at the same time, it's like what I said in the beginning. That colour on some people looks completely nude, natural. And it, you know, looking at it in the bottle, you're like, oh, it's just a nude. It's a nice nude. It's not too out there. But then on other people, it's suddenly very striking and very... you can't miss it. And I feel like that's what it is. You're the same in, not the same in every situation, but pretty much, yeah, your energy is very much the same in every situation. But in some situations, your energy appears or feels more striking and more extreme than it originally did, but you haven't changed. Do you know what I mean? So this could be a situation where, you know, maybe somebody works with you and then one night they go out with you and you're exactly the same as you are at work and how you are when you're out with them, and they're like suddenly in love. They're suddenly so into you. Some of you may smoke as well, because I just really wanted to vape right now, but I just had a thought like, vape. 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so you could be a party person as well, or... I just feel like you have adoring fans, like people who just genuinely really adore you. And it's almost like, because of how your energy is, that people may miss it at first and not give you your just dues. So you may still, you know, interact with them, have a little sexy scenario, but then you walk away. Oh, you didn't want me then. You didn't want to give me the respect then, or you didn't want to give me my props. That's kind of what it is. Like my flowers. You didn't want to give me my flowers then. So I gave you a little rose because I'm better than you, but you didn't want to give me my flowers. I don't want your flowers now. Like, it's that kind of energy. And I feel like people regret, like, when they realize who you are or what you are or how you are, they regret it. So if you are feminine, you may be very very strong feminine. If you're masculine, you may come from a line of strong feminine women or have a strong connection to the matriarch of your family. Like, I feel like you like strong women, but almost like if you're masculine, but you like strong women to submit to you, but not in a weird way, alpha podcasts, all that kind of crazy shit, because they're just, ugh, let's not even talk about them. They make me feel ill. But yeah, you've got very, very interesting energy. So again, sorry, I'm just saying it again, but the perspective card is what really put that through for me. Like, they're just looking at you wrong and they realize that. They're like, damn, how did I not see? I was looking at them all wrong. With the 9 of Ariels and then 9 of Ariel, and then you're gone and they've missed their opportunity. They may follow you though. They may try and follow you. People put you up on a pedestal. You may be famous or well known in some sort of way, especially with almost like, not like a cult, but kind of like, yeah, like you may have this cult of devoted followers who whisper about how great you are, or how, I'm going to be honest, how amazing you are in bed and that sort of thing. But you may keep it moving. So you don't have to literally be like worldwide famous. Also check out my reading, Finally Famous. You may enjoy that. But it's like, people know you, you know, there's whispers about you. And I don't feel like those whispers are bad. Those whispers are like, whew, pile number 2. Pile number 2 does things. Pile number 2 is gifted and talented, okay? Yeah, people are really into you. How are we doing? Okay, so we're doing reversals because what's this? Okay. I was like, are we doing reversals? And it's like, yeah, we're doing reversals. Why are we doing reversals? Because of the Queen of Wands, which is upright. So I feel like you flip the energy, you flip the script on people, okay? So if people felt like you were a choice or an option, they suddenly want to beg and be with you and be a choice or an option, and you don't want to choose them. Like, you really don't play, but you know you can always come back around. Like, wow. So I don't know if you've learned some F-boy, F-girl behaviors from the people that you've dealt with in the past. But yeah, with this 8 energy, you know, it's you could come across a lot of karmic ties or a lot of connections like that. And this may be why you have this feeling of teaching people a lesson, or even yourself being taught a lesson, learning a lesson. I just feel that you've stepped into this Queen of Wands energy and you will not let yourself feel that 5 of Pentacles again. You better reverse that. You better put that on somebody else, because that ain't going to be me. You're like, I'm not about to do that. Some of you may feel that you have no faith in relationships. Like, you know that, I don't know if you've heard that what is it, that real sound where it's like, y'all just want to touch my private parts or something like that. It's like that, like you've got that feeling of these people just want me for this or that. So you may get, like I said, a lot of adoring fans. Maybe you've had a big glow up, because it's this energy of, you didn't want me then, but now look at you, begging, crying. It's that kind of, yeah, your energy is very, very strong. I almost feel like you just had to sort of grow into it or learn how to actually use it. Obsessed with you. Told you, people are out here obsessed with you. Show your wild side. I feel like people want to get closer to you. They want to really be able to indulge with you, but you're not really open to people the way that you used to be. And I just keep getting this like a faucet or whatever it's called, like a tap, turning it off and turning it on, just letting a little bit trickle out, just giving them a little bit of energy and then pulling it away. And they're like, was that all just a dream? Did that really even happen? Even the name of the thing, El Mat, adoring you. People love you. People are just very, Very, very into you, part number 2. Feeling rejected. See, I told you. There might have been a time where you guys felt rejected, but I feel like, nah, that you're not about to let that happen. You'd rather keep it no strings attached and kick them to the curb rather than be the one who has any kind of hurt about it, because you're very deeply emotional. You have so much love to give, but you feel when you have given that love in the past, people have acted a fool, and almost like you didn't expect that from them, or you couldn't understand why it would happen, and then people couldn't understand why you would react the way you did. Maybe again, you could be kind of have on the shadow side, on the flip side, have a little bit of a controlling nature about who you let around you, just because you've experienced that. But yeah, it's almost as though people have taken your love for granted before, want to make you scream. So you're here for like no strings attached. You're here for a good time, not a long time. Crazy, freaky time. But really, deep down, what you want is let's make love in the moonlight. You want it romantic, but I just feel that you don't feel you can trust anyone that you have around you. Now with these 8s coming up, you got two 8s there. You're gonna come across somebody who you can have that moment, have that energy that you're longing for with, because you are a deep person. You're not a surface, superficial person, but you are only sort of allowing yourself to experience the logical. It's not even surface or shallow, it's just you're just being very logical, whereas you do crave this emotional depth. They're even in the water there, you know. Let me take you. And it may be that you're too deep. That's what it is. Maybe you feel like your love, your energy, it's all too deep for people, and that's why they start acting a fool. Going to make you mine. I feel like, yeah, you've got a lot of people fighting for your love. Let's be honest. But I feel like you're like, let's be honest. This ain't gonna work. Open the relationship. I'm waiting for you to come. So some people may be waiting for an opportunity with you in vain. You need to know, submit to me and romantic sex. Yeah, it's like you need to really know that, and emotionally distance. You need to really know that this person is, I don't know how to say it, submit to you, because to me, that, like, I feel like I like your energy, panel too, but you're very different from me. So me even trying to put this into words through the lens of my mind is a bit difficult, but it's almost like, yeah, like you want the person to submit to you truly, completely, like surrender to the love and the energy, and then you can really be romantic with them, because until then it's like you're very emotionally distant. It's like, yeah, you just don't trust, or you, yeah, not you don't trust, but yeah, something like that. Part number 2, listen to your intuitive feelings. Twin flame. So you may have had a lot of twin flame relationships. People be like, oh, my twin flame, we're meant to be cut together forever. Sorry. Sorry for doing that annoying voice. But I don't see twin flame relationships like that. I feel like they get you ready for your divine counterpart, for your life partner now. But I don't feel like they're people that you're meant to be with, because there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of ups and downs and depression and waiting, and anything that convinces you to wait and waste your life and your time, because time is precious, it's not good for you, and that isn't the divine connection that you might think it is. Playful, so playing reverse. I feel like you're having a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be honest, you may be playing with people's feelings, or people feel like you play with their feelings, but you're very powerful. I always say this talks about a point in your life where like energy has been reserved for you. So you're going through something, or you're experiencing something, or maybe you have just learned, because I always say this is like your angels are holding back your energy. So you may feel tired, you may feel like whatever, because you're coming up to a big phase. But I feel like you may have learned how to do this. Like you don't need the angels to do this for you, because you know how to hold back your energy, and you know how to hold it back good. So yeah, you're really holding back your energy for the right time, the right place, the right person. People may fantasize about you a lot, especially when you've let them go. I feel like as well, you may be fantasizing about, you know, your ideal connection or ideal relationship. You may meet this person by the water as well. You need to be willing to forgive and release the old hurts, surrender them, let them go, and cleanse yourself, cleanse your energy, and you'll have this beautiful connection coming in. You could meet this person as you're working and you are not going to see them coming. You could be quite psychic as well, but you won't see this one coming. You will not see it coming. You could have even lost your voice or have some issues with your throat around that time as well. That's just a random message to some people. Okay, what other cards do we need to look at? We're just going to look at these and then the Doreen Virtues. So, your energy, sexual energy. What is it like, your sex appeal? Body. Oh, this is what pile number 1 got as well. So, you've got a great body. Yeah, with the Aries as well. You could have Aries in the first house, or you could have like a Taurus in the first house. You could be Mars dominant, you know. So, yeah, you could have a body that you always kind of end back up in shape. I've noticed when somebody has Mars dominance or Mars in the first house, or yeah, they always lose the weight. They don't keep weight on them. They're usually quite athletic. If you've got Taurus in the first house now, that might not totally be the case. You could always end up in shape but thick, you know. But yeah, you guys may have a really, really, really nice body, and that may attract a lot of attention to you. A lot of eyes are on you. People love watching your body language, your face when you're upset, when you're laughing, when you're crying. It could be your creativity as well that attracts a lot of souls to you, and you have a big life purpose here, and you know that. Like, yeah, pile number 2, you seem different. Seem very, very interesting. Let me know if you pick pile number 2. So, true love. A lot of people could feel that they could experience true love with you, but the way you want to live your life and the way other people want to live their life may be very different, or may present as very different. That could be what it is. What I keep saying is like, people are like, how did I not see this about you? But they were just looking at you from the wrong angle, because you've always been the same. So it may be that you believe certain things, or you do certain things, and it's not like the social norm. And at first it may be like, yeah, we're going to live together forever and be happy and whatever. And then it's like, wait, no. This isn't what I thought this was going to be. How did I not see this? You may have a difference in opinion about religion, or again, like I said, religion is just your day-to-day beliefs and how you want to live your life, your moral compass. You may have a different moral compass from the person that you actually end up with. And I feel like what's going to bridge that is your career. I feel like you're going to free yourself from worrying so much about attracting in the right soulmate, and that attracts in the right soulmate. Because I feel like you're attracting the soulmate, but you keep attracting in karmics, because they're still soulmates. You keep attracting in karmics. Yeah, see? You're going to attract in the right soulmate. Again, you can meet this person through work. So I started talking about work and your things. So people find you very, very lovable. I know you have no shortage of admirers, but you have a hard time letting go of the lessons that you've learned. You may go through friends a lot. You may be codependent on the ideas or the viewpoints of your friends on possible romantic partners as well. Just saying. I hope that doesn't sound like I'm calling you guys out at all, because I think you guys have a wild, very interesting, very sexy energy, because you're very deep and there's just so much about you, but you have this strong protective kind of energy. Very sexy. You are very sexy. But I don't know what's coming up for you, and I feel like I can't even if I was to look, it wouldn't show up, because you're not meant to know. But there's something coming up very soon, but it's a big relationship, big big relationship coming into your life, like really, really soon. So that's why I feel like this turned into a little bit more of advice, kind of. But yes, guys, you're really sexy. You really got it like that. Oh, wait, let's also quickly give you some of these cards. Card number 2. You really got it like that. Sex, yes. Sneaky link, no one else. Fantasies, that body. No strings, no commitment. You're so sexy, pure lust. I feel like you guys really get high off of sex. And, you know, almost having people offer their love to you through sex, because when you offered your love, people used to get high off you. I don't know. It's weird. I hope this is making sense, but this is kind of what I'm getting. Sex Lies, that's a song, but it's kind of like, you know, when you're in the moment with somebody acting like, oh my gosh, I love you so much, whatever. But really, after that moment's done, it's like, all right, bye. You don't have any interest in that person. But I feel like even if you do sex lies, you genuinely mean it, because you have a lot of love. But don't get the feeling that you're like crazy in love with that person and want to live the rest of your life with that person. Maybe you have love for them or have been crazy in love with them, so it's not a lie. So people really feed off that with you. They absolutely love it. They get high. People may feel trapped by their addiction to you. You may feel trapped by your addiction as well. Boundaries are needed. Fucking with you is optional. People know that. I mean, people know that. Yeah, that was it. People know that about you. Sorry, I thought I got my words mixed up then. People know that they are an option. Secret and seething, internal anger, secret hater. So yeah, people may be really pissed off that they are actually an option to you. Honestly mean, blunt, rude, hurtful communication. So people may say that they're being truthful with you, but they're being mean. Honestly, they're being mean. They're being blunt and rude, hurtful communication, salt daddy, salt mama. So you could have people that pretend to be rich, people that try to control you with money. Eros and Libra. You do relationships very well, and I feel like you're very flattering and very adaptive to whoever or whatever it is that you're experiencing at that time. Homely, basic, no creativity. I feel like you may not be that into, especially with that Eros and Libra, because Libra's known for dating down. You may not be into like the most person who's, you know, got the nicest car, or who's, I don't know, what is it about men, like the most handsome man or the most beautiful woman. But I feel like you are attracted to energy, and you attract a lot of people who are besotted with your energy, who are, I feel like people have not even been with you. It's different from pile number 1. Pile number 1, people fantasizing like, yeah, I wanna pile number 1. With you, people are like, I wanna be with pile number 2. But they may not have really even had a chance to experience you or even get close to you in any type of way. It's a weird one. Third party, undercover lover. So you could have a lot of 12th house romances. My heart goes out to you. You're a master manifester, but I feel like when it comes to love, you feel kind of stuck. You're like, why the heck do I keep, I'm trying to find my soulmate. Why do I keep attracting F-boys and F-girls? Because they are also your soulmates. They're just comics. Body worship. So, you know, you may have a banging body. People may be wanting to worship your body. There's people who think of you a lot. I feel like somebody can't stop thinking of you, can't stop staring at you, like they can't concentrate on their day-to-day because you're on their mind. People assume a lot about you. And you could be big on family. So that's what, I feel like you could have a big soul family as well. That's what I've got for you, pile number 2. Wait, what's this? Wait, we've got to take this. The glitch Penelope. You know what happens when the other players see you glitching? They'll think the game's broken. So right from that line, that tells me at one point you were the underdog, okay? And you did things very differently, and people said, nah, this person, they don't get it. Why are they doing that? What are they doing? They need to stop. They need to allow it. They need to sit down. But because you persevered, and did you, it's like you've ended up winning. So you could end up being in a better position than a lot of people than what you started out with. Like I said, they didn't rate you back then, but now they all want to know you. That's the kind of feeling. And if this hasn't happened for you yet, it's going to, because it's just this very strong feeling around that. So your next glow up will be allowing your differences to be your superpower. No one can write or erase your story, but they can convince you to write yourself in a dim light. Remember who you are, and the fact that you seemingly say, do, or are something that is wrong is a trick of the mind. You are what you're meant to be. Just because you were losing, now you're winning, doesn't mean the game is broken or rigged. You're just amazing at playing the game we call life. Allow yourself to win. After all, it's your game. So yeah, it may seem like you was an underdog, you wasn't winning, but the whole time it's like you've had the secret sauce. It just took a little bit more patience. Also, again, I just feel like when you're really in your sexual energy, or when you're giving out your love, you're like, why does this always go wrong for me? I must be doing something wrong. I must be that, like, even when I said that, it's not that you're doing something wrong. I must be doing something wrong because these people keep treating me a certain type of way. The fact that you're doing or saying or being or something wrong is a trick of the mind. That's bullshit. You're just in a point where you're understanding yourself more, understanding your energy more. And yeah, I feel like I had another message, but I can't remember. So bye, pile number 2. Thank you for watching. Pile number 3, Big Red. Okay, Thrill of Brazil. Is that what we're doing? Is that where we're going? Okay, little carnival moment. So, pile number 3. So red is always the striking colour. It's always a classic. Okay, could be a fire sign. Could in particular be a Leo or somebody who just has a lot of eyes on you, because red, you know, that's where it is. Your sex appeal may be that you always seem ready. You always seem ready to have fun, to, you know, go on some sexy adventure. People may perceive you as being quite promiscuous, or somebody who not only gets a lot of attention but likes a lot of attention. Big like laugh, big hair maybe even. But yeah, people like that about you, that you're kind of up for anything. You could seem like really explorative sexually, even if you're not, but people may kind of feel that from you or assume that about you. Or you may be like a bit of an exhibitionist, wear some crazy like out there outfits and people just love it, like wearing like really sexy, over the top sexy stuff. And I feel like I'll be quite honest with you, red is a classic. You know red's a classic. You're a fucking classic. But for some people, they'll be like, red is vulgar, or, you know, red nose or whatever is vulgar. It's too much. It's this and that. So you may have haters. You may have people that be like, oh, this person, they're too much. They need to tone it down. They need to blah, blah, blah. They need to mind their motherfucking business. That's what they need to do, those people. Sorry, I'm swearing. I'm trying to keep it nice. But you get the point. So yeah, I feel like you just do you. And some people, a lot of people are turned on by that, but then a lot of people are turned on to start talking crap about that. I feel like you are a very loving person. You give of yourself quite freely, quite easily. I feel like you, I don't know if you've got 2 specific people in your life, okay? Or you've got 2 modes, very loving and very excited. Very like, let's make it happen here and now. I don't know if you get mad. It's like people may never really see you mad. Strong Jupiter energy. You may always be able to laugh stuff off. Even with somebody, you know, giving you a nasty comment or something, you may be able to laugh it off and give them a comment, you know, a sneaky diss right back, but just like laugh it off and find it so funny. Like banter is the kind of, and you like all that kind of back and forth, that kind of little bit of fighting, little bit of, you know, giving as good as you get sort of thing. Yeah, so I feel like your sex appeal is like, you've got a very youthful energy regardless of your age. People find that very, very sexy, very exciting. You could seem a bit erratic or all over the place, but again, it's received well. You may always be on to the next, ready to start something new. Ready to start something new. You may be a multi-dater. That may be what it is. You may be dating several people at one time. You're going on a date with Lewis on Monday. You're going on a date with Romaine. What? Where am I getting these names from? Romaine on Tuesday. Joseph is on Wednesday. Sam's on Thursday. And, you know, Daniel's on Friday. Like, you may be, and I'm not saying that you're having, you know, intimacy, like physical intimacy with all these people, but there's a degree of it. You know, you can't end your date without a little kiss or a little whatever. So yeah, I feel like you guys are really the movers and the shakers. You're really out here. You are the lovers, okay? And even just when I think of the name of the colour, the Thrill of Brazil, it's like, you know, going out, connecting with loads of people, dancing, laughing, having good times. Nothing can kind of kill the vibe. So I feel like nothing can kill your vibe. You're always ready to give love, to receive love, to put on a sexy outfit, to go out, to show off. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys are hot, you guys are sexy, you know that. Show off. If other people don't like it, that's their problem. Definitely not yours. And I feel like you guys know that really well at this point in your life. You understand that. You're not going to stop doing you. Very authentic kind of energy. I keep getting this thing of, do you get down or do you get angry? So it might be that you guys repress emotions a little bit, or you have these periods of, but I feel like they'd be short, of where you get kind of emotional, you get kind of down, but then you end it with a laugh and just keep going. Yeah, you guys are the Energizer bunnies, loads of stamina. So I feel like the way you are or the way you live your life may have not always been seen as favorable or good by some people. It may seem like vulgar or not serious or whatever, but sorry, you live how you want to live. If you was meant to be living how other people live, do you know what? You be them. God, don't make no mistakes. There'd be no mistake in it. So I feel like you've just come to accept that you are who you are and you are the way you are. And this is your gift to the world. Laughter, happiness, joy, moving and shaking, giving people a thrill, you know, getting to know people and giving them excitement, whether it be for a day, a week, a year, a month, whatever. And that's okay. That is okay. So yeah, I feel like you may have struggled with self-love at times, especially when you were younger. If you're over the age of 19, which I guess most of you are, because most of my subscribers are, I feel like you would have sort of learnt that lesson. I'm getting that come from a parent figure, or maybe a church or religious background, or just, yeah, the way somebody wanted you to live your life. Even the job that you do, the way that you do things is just very different what they saw for you. But you, at your little page age, already done so what you want to do. Like, I don't know if you've got, I don't know, like something in your second house. Some of you could even be people who like do, you know, onlys and do stuff like that. But I feel like from a young age, you've always been quite interested in, you know, taboo kind of thing. I won't even say that taboo, because I don't feel like it's that taboo in our day and age, but like maybe dancing, exotic dancing or something like that. You've always had sort of an interest and felt quite bad for it, but these things light you up inside. They make you feel very alive. Now for some of you it's not that, but it might not be, you know, exotic dancing per se, but I just feel like there's this energy of like naughty, like you've just been naughty from time, like that's the label you've had. People just labeled you as this naughty person who just does whatever they want, but it's almost like you can't help it. Like, this is my ADHD pal. You cannot help it. Even though you may want to try and do or be something different. For some of you as well, it may have caused problems for you in, you know, your romantic relationships. But I get that you are very attractive. Not only very attractive, but you're very sexy. You've just got this warm, exciting energy. Like, people who may not really be, you know, some people may be very picky, but you still will get their attention. You will still attract a fleet of admirers because you just are you, and you can't really help it. Like, you can't help but be the way you are. You are naturally an attention grabber. You naturally like to celebrate. You naturally like to go out. You may love to dance. I keep getting this energy of like dancing and kind of celebrating and this big kind of happy energy. It's kind of like, if I have to do this boring 9-to-5 thing, then I'm going to control it. Some of you may be self-employed, then I'm going to dictate how I do it. Okay, so you want me to, you know, work in an office. Well, I'm going to work in this headquarters that is maybe associated with a brand or a business that's a bit like, you know, when you say it to people, they're a bit like, oh my God, are you? Wow, that's crazy. What is it like there? But I also kind of get this energy of your sexual energy and your development of it was really influenced by a parent, and them putting their expectations on you. Sometimes I feel like it is hard for you being so sexy, because you are very sexy. It is very hard for you. You just have to keep it moving, because it's like, God, just came out for a drink and a dance and somebody's in love with me. I must leave now. I feel like you could be very honest if you're having a fling, or how you feel about somebody. You could be very honest about your age, especially if you're a younger person who likes to date older people. You could be honest and upfront about that. I feel like you always know a lot, so you may know a lot, like sexually, like the actual act of it, all these different like positions and that kind of thing. You may know an awful lot about that. Some of you may have been married or in a long-term partnership and it was just too much for you. It was never really what you truly wanted. You might have wanted it for the moment or wanted to experience it. Knight of Pentacles. You may have had to, you had a feeling of you had to invest with somebody who was very loyal to you, or maybe because a parent said so, or because this person showed you loyalty and love, you felt that you had to. But you was waiting to get out. You was waiting to be free. So yeah, you just feel very like rebellious and wild and free, and just doing what you want to do and how you want to do it. A little bit of a temptress as well. You may tempt people. Yep, see the Fool card, to live on the wild side and go and do whatever it is that they want to do. The Sun card again, so Aries and Leo. Cancer, I want to say Pisces, Scorpio, but hey ho. Oh, well, that's there as well. What's that? Venus, Taurus and Libra. You may be somebody who likes to have a person, like there's a duality, big strong Gemini energy, likes to have a person that, you know, you are with, in a relationship with, but you also like to go and have your fun. And it may not be, you know, wanting to sleep around. It may just be like going out, flirting, like a lot of heavy flirting, and then, you know, going back to your person like, oh my God, I love you so much. But not actually doing anything to cross that line. But it's like you need the excitement, like you love the excitement. It feeds you and it feeds other people. Yeah, I feel like you're very careful not to cross that line if that is you in your situation. But it's almost like there's so many flavors, there's so many experiences in this world. Like, why just stick to one? That's kind of what I'm getting here. Even though you may have a lot of love for a certain person or certain situation, or may have a lot of respect for the institution of marriage. You may like to be manipulative sometimes, or come across people that are manipulative. You may feel like people try to manipulate you, and that's a burden. Use emotional manipulation on you to stay in a connection for some of you. And you could be dealing with somebody that you feel knows more than they're letting on. But it's like you try and make things clear, because it's like you don't want to hurt anyone. But it's like you're trying to balance obligation and your own energy, who you are, what you want to do, who you want to be, with getting out there. Now, I always feel like, let me mind my business, because that's not the reading of the energy. So I feel like you guys need to clear yourself and make sure you get out more. I feel like this energy of like hungover or having a cloudy head. So maybe sometimes you do things that isn't in alignment with your integrity when you've been drinking, or when you can't think straight. Maybe you can be a little bit more closed-minded than what you normally are, because I feel like you have this very open-minded, beautiful energy sometimes. But yeah, not most of the time, but all the time. But I feel like sometimes when dealing with people who kind of, it's like you can't be tamed. This is a big energy. Your sexual energy is a lot. And it's like somebody kind of wants to just like keep it all for themselves, but it's like, no, you can't. That's kind of what I'm getting here. So it just feels like you're a very free-flowing, free spirit. And to maybe relieve some stress, sometimes you do things that aren't totally in alignment with your integrity or what you really feel, but it's more to relieve pressure. Especially if you've been like under the thumb or in the house a lot or something like that. It makes you sexy. Your ability to release and surrender and to let go and to be on to the next journey and allow life to lead you is just gorgeous. People love that. People often felt divinely guided to you, like you showed up at the right place at the right time. You guys may be a healer. Your energy may be very healing. But it's not like, oh, come my child, let me heal you. It's not that kind of energy. It's like, woo, let's have fun. Let's get out there. Let's focus on joy. It's like a big, hot kind of energy. Like I keep getting that and I keep feeling hot. I feel like you guys just sort of know where to go. Like you may envision people or see people before you actually meet them, or people may say that to you, that they envision something with you, or people may just feel very connected, you know. I feel like you could clear third eye chakras by just being around them, just your presence. Okay, so you may like to spend a lot of money, or people may want to spend a lot of money on you. But you remind people of abundance, because it's this big hot energy. Like really strong Leo, really strong Sagittarius. I don't know if it's because it's Leo season that this energy keeps coming up, because I feel like shown up, like not this specific energy, but the signs have kept showing up. Yeah, and you know how to reward yourself and release the things that no longer serve you, and heal away addiction. So maybe you guys have been through an addiction and you've healed that, or maybe you help people heal away addictions, or maybe you're currently healing something away. But yeah, you just feel beautiful. You just feel good, like good. And I feel like even if you don't always do the right thing, it's like people cannot ever accuse you of being malicious. Like your energy is just like, this is who I am, this is what I am about. Oops, I maybe didn't mean to do that, but it's okay, because we're just going to move on to the next thing and keep the party going. People can't ever like drag you down or put their bad vibes on you for too long. Be freaky for me in reverse. So maybe you are in a connection or have been in a connection where you are just a lot wilder than the person that you was dealing with. You've got mixed signals. Or maybe people get mixed signals about what you're into or who you're into. You could be, you know, heterosexual, but people may think that you're bi or homosexual or whatever. I feel like you can get emotionally distant and people want to be closer to you. But there's this part of yourself, yeah, the fun part, look, the little lollipop, you know, that you need this kind of gorgeous, exciting, kind of, I don't know, like, how do I put it? Free-flowing, fun, flirty energy. So I feel like you guys may be in a relationship or had a relationship, and yeah, you may have ended up having sex with your ex because your person could have been not very creative or not very fun. You just didn't feel the chemistry in that way, but it's like they're a good marriage partner. Let's just go here. Testing your limits. Some of you don't even test the limits. You don't even know your own, like, full nature. You may have been scared to kind of experience that. Into role playing. Yeah, guys. To make you scream and feeling rejected. So I feel like a lot of people, you know, or maybe this person or this partner or whatever, people really get this feeling from you that they can explore, they can be wild and crazy with you, but I feel that you come into people's lives who have a hard time letting their hair down, and they really want to experience all this with you, but they have a hard time doing it, and they may feel silly with into role playing. Maybe they are into role playing, but they feel silly doing role play, or they feel like it's not them, and you know, like, this isn't right, this isn't me. It's not that they're not enjoying it, they just feel like, oh, this isn't my character and who I said I am and what I'm gonna be and whatever. But you're like free flowing, like, hey, this is what we're doing in the moment. If you want to experience this, experience it. If you don't, you don't. No pressure. So yeah, want to make you scream and feeling rejected. I feel like you have a lot of people that want to be with you. Like I said, you could be a heavy flirter but actually have a relationship. I feel like people are fantasizing about you. People dress sexy for you, okay? And they love it when you're looking good because they feel as though, you know, they hope that you're dressing sexy for them. But I feel like you really connect with a lot of people who are reserved, who try to hide their intentions, but they're blatantly obvious. I feel like there's somebody here who really wants a strong romantic relationship with you. They're very into your fun, free, flirty kind of energy. And you just seem so busy. You just seem like you're making moves in this world, just going from one place to another and doing whatever it is that you do, what it is that you need to do. You guys could have a family, always and forever, okay? So you could have a lot of loyalty to that situation. I feel like you could have met this person, okay? You could have met this person at a point in your life when you were under the influence. So maybe you had issues with drugs and alcohol, and this person came into your life and they, you know, helped you out, and now you feel an undying loyalty to this person, but I don't feel like you're totally happy in this connection or in this relationship. Silver Linings Playbook. So maybe you and the person that you were connecting with kind of have the same issues. They helped you take an ex off a pedestal. It helped you get yourself together. And now obviously, you know, you have a lot of love for this person, but you also have a lot of loyalty towards them. So, but the idea is about this, I'm not going to read the whole card because it's still got one more while to go. It's getting long now. Is that you are already perfect, and it's just about integrating your shadow side and accepting it, and, you know, loving that part of yourself. That is what makes you whole and complete. And also it's given me, there may have been a bit of an underdog energy here with the Glitch Penelope card, because it's like you've glowed up or you've leveled up in life, but you're still very different. The way you do things, the way you are, the things you say, very different from the way other people may want to live their life. And you know, you may wonder if you're wrong for that, or if there's something wrong with you. There's not. You are who you are. So fucking with you is optional. Sex. Okay, so some of you guys may have some third party situation going out here. Honestly mean. I feel like somebody could really cut into you with their words when they get really pissed off at you, especially if you're a male. Venomous, stuck in a mood cycle, toxic, illusionary, emotional rumination. So yeah, there could be somebody here who's emotionally manipulative. They could be assuming a lot about you. Body, pregnancy, twins. This person could have body changes and lost a lot of confidence, or you may have a child with them, have a family with them. You could be into, what's it called, when you love it when people are like mean to you, like submission. Or not even you love it, it's like you respond to that. I don't know. Anyway, you almost feel guilty for being so happy. That's kind of what I get. For enjoying yourself so much, it's like you almost feel guilty for that. So let's quickly see. What's your sex appeal like? Express your love. See, people love the way you express yourself, express your sex appeal. People are flirting with you. Keep an open mind. I feel like you may not be everybody's type, or even people that are not your type. You awaken something in them. People want to know you, even if it's a friendship, even if you know you don't feel the same way about them, or they don't feel the same way about you. It's not something sexual. They still need to be connected to your energy in some way, some shape or form. Well, very soon you're going to have clarity and free yourself, because you feel like this big, beautiful, bouncing, bright ball of energy, but you feel burdened. You feel like you're not even worried. It's just guilt. I can just feel guilt here. Okay, but anyway, that is what I've got for you, pile number 2. You are a naughty but very, very nice kind of vibe, and I think people need more of this fun energy in the world. And you know, just do you. Be obviously, loyalty is real. We appreciate and love people, but you gotta be loyal to yourself at the end of the day. Your life isn't for them to live, it's for you to live. So that's what I got for you. Pile number 3, go chase your thrills. Okay, so last but not least, we have bubble bath. Let me take a little sip, because bubble bath. Pile number, oh, no last purpose. Pile number 4. So this is a classic. This is a bestseller. Some of you may think it's your destiny to be famous. I just randomly got that. Okay, so you are very desirable and very desired, or have a lot of desire. When you want something, you really go after it. You could have an amazing body. Like, you could just have a very, 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 very nice body. Virgos are also usually quite attractive in the face, but can be kind of a plain Jane as well, which is what this is showing me with the bubble bath. Like a very natural look. Like, if you might miss them. Do you know what I mean? You might miss them, but then when you actually really look, you're like, damn, this person is very attractive. How did I not notice how fine they actually were? I feel like people, you may get a lot of attention from people who are older than you as well. If you have tattoos, people are attracted to that. They may really like that on your body. You have this energy of, especially for people who are more dominant, like they may be really attracted to you because they may get like a bit of a submissive energy from you. And I feel almost like you have this energy where you're kind of holding back a little bit, and people really want to see your other side. They know there's more to you. They want to experience your love. They want to know what it is that you like. I feel like people are quite interested in you secretly. You can sense that people are interested in you, and also they may sense that there's more to you than what meets the eye. Again, something about your body is really, you know, well thought of or well sought out. You may have, you know, the kind of ideal figure for your time, your area, your culture, whatever kind of thing that you're into, whatever kind of social community, whatever that you're into, their ideal, you embody that really well. You may come across as quite psychic as well. But you're very beautiful. People comment on that. Like, pile number 4 is very, very attractive. But it may be not a grower, but it's almost like, damn, how did I not see how attractive pile number 4 is? Like, they are very, very nice to look at. It's more of a subtle kind of energy I'm feeling, and obviously it's got a subtle nail varnish, but it's more of a subtle kind of energy. Oh my gosh, pardon me, sorry, I had that clarification. I feel like you're on a lot of people's minds, whether you realise that or not. I feel like people don't come towards you unless they have a solid offer for you. Page of Pentacles, it's got to be something real. And again, just pretty. You can look younger than what you actually are, but you're very, very attractive. You could come across as somebody who's very loyal. As a wifey, as a hubby, you know. You've got your Aries and you've got your fire element, so you do have that, you know, raw sexuality, but it's not there for everybody. With age, you've learned to kind of protect yourself a little bit more, or not show that as much, because it's like you don't want to attract the wrong ones. Again, it could be the energy of waiting, because I keep getting this for a lot of people who are picking these piles. Waiting for love, or waiting to be recognized for who you are. At times, you may have felt like you were overlooked, or even overbooked. So overlooked by... There's been periods where you feel like you've been overlooked, like it's like, how do people not recognise how gorgeous and how attractive and how sexy you are? But then it's times when it's like, everybody wants to know you, and it's like, ugh, I don't want to know any of these people. I don't like them. No thank you. Bye. It's like that. So, I feel like a lot of people may stalk you, your social media, watch you through their phones. People are always waiting and watching to see what you do next. For some reason, you may just seem very, very interesting to people. Especially when you go out, or people like the way you dress when you go out. Or like what you celebrate. It's like people are interested in your interests, not because they have the same hobby or interest in you. No, because you're interested in it. I feel like you have a lot of lurker. I want to say lurker bees. I don't know, what does that mean? Bees, I'm thinking of Jupiter rising here. You could be a Jupiter rising, Sagittarius rising. Lurker, the bees are like a sign of royalty or whatever. So yeah, it could be like you're the queen bee, and these people are really like checking for you, or the king bee, and these people are really like just obsessed with you, like wanting to copy you. You may have that kind of Ariana Grande effect where people all of a sudden want to do what you're doing, and they want to look like you, and they want to, it's that kind of... Your sex appeal makes people so interested in you. I mean, even the same sex, people who are not naturally attracted to the same sex, and they all of a sudden find themselves a little bit attracted to you, but most of that attraction will be they want to look like you, they want to dress like you, they somehow just really want to know what's going on in your life, what you're doing, where you're going, you know. You seem quite mysterious as well. You seem like you're capable of anything, or doing anything, or being anywhere, or fitting into any kind of social circle, or going... I feel like you're a very hard worker as well. You may love your work. You could work in like health and fitness, or beauty. I feel like you are a very patient person, and you may go through many glow ups. Like, you're patient with yourself and with your glow up process. So when you step out, or when you connect with people, you like to feel like there's a reason to celebrate. Otherwise, you'll kind of hold back. And I think that's sexy, because it's like you always put your best foot forward. You don't like to come out with bad energy, or, you know, even though you've experienced hardships and ups and downs, and you're not a fool, you're not a fool. With the Seven of Wands, you know how to defend yourself, and you can be quite defensive, especially if you feel like you're dealing with people who are very elusive or very confusing or looking to just take from you or can't be trusted. Or you may even be very, you know, guarded at first when first dealing with people, because you have a lot to give, you have a lot of love to give. A little bit judgmental, but it's only because you're so loving. So if you let somebody into your circle, be it a friend or family or whatever, friend, family, romantic partner, you're really going to love that person, so you don't want to let the wrong people in. People may like your hair. That's something that I'm really seeing here. Your hairstyles, you may change your hair a lot. You don't have to, but even if it's either you change your hair a lot or you've got like a signature style, and that's what people really, really love. I feel like if you do change your hair a lot, people watch that like, oh, what they're doing today with their hair. How are they going to look today? Some of you may have been weighing up whether you should cut your hair or not. Just a random little message there. Yeah, I feel like you're sexy to everyone. Obviously, yeah, sexiness is more than just being sexy to the opposite sex, like they want to sleep with you. But it's more like what inspires and turns people on, like mentally, like, oh, I wonder what's going on with that person, or oh, wow, I love that, what they're doing, I love what they're wearing, and you know, the way they're saying that or doing that, I really love their energy. I feel like people really feel like that about you, but they try to embody it. You may want to look at pile number 1, because it's kind of giving the same energy, but this is more subtle, a more subtle version. Not that you're any less or any more subtle, but I feel like pile 1 could not help but stand out. You are very good at blending in, but it's still that same kind of energy. I feel like people really want to find out everything about you. They want to find out what makes you tick, even if it's just so they can fantasize about being with you, because it makes their fantasies feel more real. Like, yeah, so and so likes that, so yeah, I'll have the chocolate cake there, and you know, we'll have some of the cake because I know they like chocolate cake, and then we'll go on a date, and then we'll do this and that. But it's like a complete fantasy. I feel like you may not, again, I've said this for a lot of piles, you may not have that many suitors come towards you as many people who are actually interested in you, because you can come off as a little bit defensive, a little bit disinterested, and you may have a resting bitch face. But you're actually really kind and giving and work well with others. But you also don't take no shit, because you know yourself, you know your value. So yeah, I think people are quite interested to know more about you. And in those moments where they see that, you know, kind nature of yours, they're like, oh, I thought this person was like a vixen, like a fiery Virgo. You see, a lot of Virgo energy. Oh, I've already used these cards. So you're very cerebral, very mental person with the Virgo and the Gemini, so mercurial. So again, I feel like you're on people's minds a lot. I feel like you sort of have this trustworthy nature. You may connect with a lot of people who feel like they already know you, and you may seem very uninterested in those people. Or you may connect with a lot of people you have a feeling of already knowing them as well, past life connection, but it's not romantic for you. I feel you could be waiting for somebody or a connection. Some of you actually know a person and you're waiting for them, or you're just waiting for the right connection to come in, and it will come in for you. Focus on your finances and career, because I feel like you're going through a glow up right now. And flirt, still have fun, you know. Enjoy the fact that you are so attractive and magnetic while you're calling in your soulmate. I do feel like you guys are very, very beautiful, and a lot of people will feel like this could be the one. They may even try and force it with you, you know. I just get this energy of what you like, they like. Oh my God, you like that? I like that too, but they don't really. But whatever you like, they really genuinely, well, not that they don't really, but they never liked it before that. But because now you like it, anything that you like must be worthy. So it's almost this royal kind of queen bee energy. And even though it's Virgo, the royal star of Leo Regulus is, believe it's actually part of the Virgo constellation. So yes, guys, check that out. That may be prominent somewhere in your chart. I feel like there may be a lot of people who want to reconcile with you. You could have a bit of a fiery temper as well, you know. You could just let people know what time it is when it's that time. And you're just working on yourself. You will really test somebody to find out if they're the right fit for you, if it is safe to love them, if it's safe to connect with them. You're not for the weak of the faint of heart, or you're not for weak people, or no, that sounds horrible me saying not for weak people, but yeah, some people are weak in character. They don't know themselves yet properly, and I feel like you've spent a lot of time developing yourself, and I feel like you have come across those weak people, because for you to suddenly just change your mind and you believe in this now and you like that now when you didn't before. With the Emperor, you have a quiet, it's like you don't need to say that much, but your presence is definitely felt, definitely heard, even though it's completely silent. Like, it speaks volumes. You may have a very intense gaze or intense glare. Some of you could wear glasses. Some of you may wear glasses for actually seeing, but some of you may like to wear sunglasses because you may feel that you get a lot of attention or a lot of eyes are on you, and you may not always be totally comfortable with that, because you like to watch people and observe them. The Moon card, I feel like, yeah, you put your best foot forward, but you only show this one side of yourself, and it's like this energy of knowing that there's so much more depth to you. You can be fickle at times, okay? Or people may speculate that you're fickle, like, oh yeah, I bet they go through partners more than they change their bloody underwear, like this day that one, this day another. But I feel like you may not actually ever invest or get as close to these people as other people may think or assume. I feel like you're always kind of in two minds on what you want to do. I feel like you know, or you feel fortunate to have so much sex appeal, because you definitely know you're sexy, to have a lot of eyes on you and to be able to do so much. So you may do a lot business-wise, work-wise. You are able to achieve a lot of different feats, and you feel blessed for that. And you try and stay grounded, stay humble, but still able to reach your dreams and stuff. So yeah, it's like you've got this energy of, I know I'm sexy, I know I'm nice, but you're still very humble at the same time. You know, it's not the be all and end all to be an attractive person. You know that. But at the same time, you will use that to your advantage if need be. I don't feel like you like a lot of the limelight. I feel like you are pretty much a low-key person. I feel like you may have dealt with people who are very controlling or possessive in the past, and that's kind of made you be very careful with who you give your love, time or interest to. You really, you have a psychic nature, but you really try and figure people out completely before you submit or get involved with them, before you surrender yourself to these people. You want to know if they're going to trigger you, because I feel like you have a temper. I feel like you have a temper, and once that energy blows up, you don't like all the eyes that are on you, so you'd rather not be triggered by anyone. Law of attraction. Sometimes you may find that the things that you're not even that interested in or even want, sometimes your fears in relationship or in the past, you may have felt like they manifested. You're being told to focus on what it is that you do want. Please don't focus on what it is that you don't, because you're very magnetic. So you do get a lot. of the things that you ask for. So you should really, you know, step into that joy energy. If you know pile number 3, connect with them, baby, because they will help you to release, you know, any negativity and enjoy yourself, singing and dancing, ground yourself. There may be a change in direction happening in your life that you're kind of pushing against or fighting against. And that may be why you're trying to be so quiet now. I don't feel like you've always been quiet. With that fire energy, you ain't always been quiet. You haven't always been holding back. And, you know, I wouldn't say you're timid, but it's like, don't trigger me, please. Just leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone. You haven't always been like that, but I feel like you're almost a big fish in a small pond. Like, you need to move. You may need to physically move from where you live, or you need to just change your circles up a bit or something, because it's like you're trying to make yourself a lot smaller than what you are, when in fact you are a big energy. A subtle one, you know, you can be quite subtle in a lot of ways, but I feel like you're making yourself a bit more, what's the word? Yeah, just like smaller than what you actually are. Maybe you're sort of worried that if you step out, I feel like I said, oh, you want to be famous. Maybe I feel like you're worried that if you step out to places where other people are, you know, as magnetic as you may not feel that magnetic. You may feel like, oh, actually, I'm not who I thought I was. I'm not as good as what I thought I was. And almost being shaken by that. But it's not about anybody else. It's about just being able to really truly express who you are and what you're about. So lover in reverse and weak. Remember what I said? You're not for the weak. You're not for the weak-willed. You're not for the weak people. You may have experienced weak lovers, people who used you. That's what I'm hearing. Used you for their own gratification or to stroke their own ego. But I feel like you're not having none of it. So this energy of please leave me alone, I don't want to be triggered, is keeping you kind of from your dreams. Eros and Leo. So you may want to, you know, get out there in the public eye, find a real deep connection. Maybe you've got a celebrity SP, you know, specific person. Maybe you've got a crush on someone and you feel like a soulmate connection. I never normally say nothing like that, because that just, not even that sounds out there, but it does, because I usually say don't wait for nobody or wishing on what in or whatever. But obviously you can manifest what you want, but live your life. But I don't know, maybe you feel there's some kind of pull or some kind of draw to like that kind of life, like Hollywood or some kind of fame of some sort, and you feel like you would fit in. You feel like it feels like home to you, but you're scared. Eros in Virgo, Madonna and the whore, closet freak, good clean fun. Okay, so you're being overly critical on yourself, about your desires as well, because that's the Virgo energy. The Lion King, Hakuna Matata, it means no worries for the rest of your days. Your next glow up. Oh, for your next glow up, you've grown, you're bigger, stronger and smarter. Whatever you thought you lost to some childhood monster will be found again. So maybe you thought you lost your vavavoom, your thing that made you special, your talent. But it's always been there. Eros and Pisces, you are naturally a creative. Will be found again. The monster is now afraid of you. You didn't need to disempower anyone to become strong, because you always were. You have overcome something that you will never have to worry about again. You may and will always be recognized by your big heart. So as I said, you guys have this beautiful loving nature that you're trying to keep secret, and you don't need to disempower anyone. Don't worry about anybody else, what they're doing, how people are reacting to them, or even how people are reacting to you. Just do you. There's gonna be, like they say, you could be the juiciest mango, and you know what, there's always going to be somebody who don't like mangoes. I know it seems weird, it seems crazy. I love mangoes, but there's always going to be that person. So just do you, live your life, and yeah, be be happy. So I feel like you guys are really sexy, and I feel like that sex appeal is somehow going to work in getting you further ahead in your career. And maybe you're going to end up being one of those Hollywood starlets, you know, who are known for their, you know, amazing charisma and sex appeal. Or Hollywood, not starlet, what's the other word for the men? Hunk? No, that sounds weird. Okay, but you hear what I'm saying though. You see where I'm going with this. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed your reading. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and check out my other pick a card readings or my timeless zodiac readings. Take care. Bye bye.